Big win for Manchester United as big win for Man United as we win away at Fulham in there for you. And it's for the very first time this season we're gonna hate to win away in London. This season we had gonna hate to play away in London against Spurs. We lost 2-0. Against Arsenal we lost 3-1. And this is our first London away win. And remember, it has almost coming through in the same fashion like we left it last season. Last season we went ahead to obviously win by 2-1, but you know the minute in which the winner came in through, it was the 93rd minute. Garnacho coming off the bench and obviously killing off that game, and he scored really a very brilliant goal. Even today, it required the brilliancy of the captain of Man United, that is Bruno Fernandes, to obviously put up such a performance as we took on the side of Fulham. Full time, Fulham 0, Man United 1. Bruno Fernandes coming in through to obviously put in a shift that is going to hate to put us to where we are right now. And I know most of you are really happy with the win. I know there is a small clique of people who have been calling in for the sacking of Erik ten Hag, who would have gone in for a loss of Manchester United. And you ask yourself, is that a United fan? You know, we have to wish every manager to win every game. Now, if at all he fails, that's when the manager deserves a sack. But if at all the manager continues doing his shit well, then everything will obviously thrive and go to where we deserve it to be. So, congratulations to the players of Man United. Had well fought game. They've gone ahead to fight for every ball, though we lacked what we call a cutting edge into the final third of the pitch, because we are really having a very big problem at Man United, that we are only having one outlet that is really operating. Now, what do I mean by that? Just paint a picture. If at all we had Anthony performing at the same levels like Garnacho, you saw to it that Garnacho created openings and put in crosses into that final third of the pitch from the left half spaces and left attacking sides of the midfield. But Anthony is what we call an absolute whack. He's that kind of person who doesn't even mind about what he plays. If I told him Anthony, I would have been one of those people who goes easy and say, now let me go the easy way. What is the easy way? When you get that ball, don't force it. Find a pass early enough and then position yourself, improve your movement, because he is that kind of player who is not strong, and I don't see him as a fast player because he looks slow in the Premier League. I don't know what's wrong with him, because even when he gets the ball, he cannot beat players off with his pace. That is the huge problem we are having. That's why you saw to it that when Pelespi comes in through, you see to it that we are having a second outlet and Fulham is stretched on both sides. But for Anthony, closing him down is the easiest thing to do. And when he's closed down, you obviously get to know what's going to happen. We find ourselves in a position of having only one wide side operating. But you saw it that when Facundo Pelespi comes in through, we obviously get ourselves to that level, and that's why you see to it that we even went ahead to even bang in that goal, because Pelespi was really so much involved. McTominay and Bruno Fernandes. Pelespi and McTominay up for the press. They get that ball, and obviously Bruno gets it and fires it back into the net. That is it from the team of Man United. But all in all, there are games that you only need a win. I told you, all we need is to see to it that we get back to a very good winning run. Like I told you, we won 3 consecutive games against Sheffield, Galatasaray, and which other team? Was it Brentford? 3 consecutive games. Now, we went ahead to lose 2 in a row, and we've gone ahead to obviously win against Fulham. And I think the most important game is coming in through in the midweek, because this one is done against Copenhagen. But you just have to build confidence like this and take it to the level that you deserve it to be by winning your games. If you don't win your games, then you don't really deserve to be. And I've always told people that one thing you have to do if at all you are to win the trophy, you don't need to be the traditional top 6. No, because those traditional top 6, you play them 2 times. Those are 36 points. When you get the table and you get 38 games, multiply them by 3, you get 24. It's like 124 points. So if you take off 36 points that you get from the traditional top 6, you get those are how many? Because it's 124 minus 36. So you're left with like 88, 90 points. Now, if at all you get 88 points or 90, you are into the title conversation. And that's why I would rather see us win all these games home and away from the teams that are really in the bottom from the 6th position, other than going ahead to beat Man City, beat Arsenal, beat Chelsea, beat Spurs, and lose to teams like Fulham, because teams like Fulham are very many into this league. You know that there are very, very many teams that are into the levels of Fulham, right? So if at all you beat them, and you can as well collect results at home, like against big sides, then you can easily be into the title race. So I see it in a very good way that a win is going to hate to come in through. You know what's hard is for the way Erik ten Hag had to balance all his games. Amrabat didn't start. We all know the reason, because we know to it that you're going to need him a lot in Copenhagen. That is well known. Then Varane didn't start also. He came in through and really defended the last 4 minutes of the game after Bruno Fernandes pulled all Porters up. The reason is simple. The manager wants to obviously create a juggernaut when we are obviously playing the side of Copenhagen down in Denmark. That is going to happen this week, right? It's going to happen the coming week. So all what you need to do is simple. Go there, get the job done and dusted, win it, and the rest will be history. If at all, we obviously go on. So he kept his players fully fit. After keeping those players fresh, God helped us and obviously went ahead and really collected a win. But let's talk about the mode in which we went into this game in. No, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Tralel Malacia, and then Casemiro is going to hate to join the queue of the sick people. In this ilk, you wouldn't like to be having Casemiro out. You know, you wouldn't like to see to it that he joins the long queue that we are having of injuries. But the beauty is that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is back and Diego Dallo has going to hate to be played as a left back. You know, these players know themselves well, and if at all you want to build what we call a very good back four, you need to find that it's almost uniform. Now, when you play with Sergio Reguilon or Amrabat onto the left back, they are new in the team and they don't know how Maguire and Evans or Varane do stand or Lindelof. You know, they don't know their weaknesses, that, oh, he cannot really act well in such a position, then I have to come and cover up. But when you're having Dallo and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, it's easy for us to operate when even you're playing with Evans and Harry Maguire. Do you know why? Because these players know the strength and weaknesses of Harry Maguire, and they know that he is bad at this and I should cover him up. Even Harry Maguire will read Bissaka very well, and Evans will also be read very well. If at all you're having three defenders that are really good and know themselves well, that means the fourth one can easily get into that mix and obviously find a better way to obviously kill off the game. So when you don't have them, it really causes what we call lack of uniformity and chemistry into the back four. That's why you saw to it that today we've gone ahead to obviously win the game with a clean sheet. We've gone ahead to keep a clean sheet, by the way, and we rarely keep clean sheets at Old Trafford. But away from home, we've gone ahead to keep, I think, one clean sheet against Burnley, one clean sheet against Fulham. You know, the other games against Spurs, we conceded 2. Against Arsenal, we conceded 3. Sheffield, we went ahead to concede 1. You know, and at Old Trafford, have we kept a clean sheet yet? I think against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Any other team? No. We've been really swallowing in goals low lately. So, a clean sheet has been kept. And so far, we've gone ahead to keep, I think there are 4 clean sheets into the Premier League. And out of those 4, 2 have been kept away from home. I'm talking about the league because one will tell me that we even kept a clean sheet when you're playing against Copenhagen. That is the Champions League. So away from home, it looks like these players can obviously be so much conscious and really find themselves not conceding goals. And I've seen it at Arsenal, by the way. Arsenal, when they're playing out from home, they concede very few goals. I'm going to hate to keep very many clean sheets out from home than they keep at their stadium. It obviously drives us to a thought that maybe we need to obviously find a better system that fits us at Old Trafford and obviously keep a clean sheet. Do we open up a lot at Old Trafford? And let's talk about Andre Onana. Again, when we needed him best, he was there to keep us into the game. I think there are two moments that happened around the 80th minute, between the 80th minute and the 87th minute, where Andre Onana needed to come to our save, because he was the only player that had to save us with a very good save. Wilson came in with a shot, and he really went ahead to put in a reflex save. And now everyone is going to shut his mouth. Andre Onana is a good goalkeeper. I told you that all what he needs is time, and is going ahead to obviously prove this to you and everyone here onto this channel that I was going ahead to slate him day in, day out. He's a very good goalkeeper. All he needs is time, and when time is given to him, all is going to be well. And imagine Andre Onana playing in a back four that has Bissaka/Dalot, Luke Shaw on the left, Lisandro Martinez, and Rafa Varane. Do you know what that means? That means he'll be playing with our best back four, and he's obviously going to be keeping those clean sheets as called in for you. So I don't see any reason as to why people should obviously go on and really fidget about Andre Onana. I just understand it's a process that one has to obviously go for. That metamorphosis is really one of those that you have to welcome when you come to Man United, but he's coming good. He's coming good, and he's doing better. I think that penalty saved against Copenhagen was a very huge turning point for the player that is Andre Onana. So let's obviously have a talk about Alejandro Garnacho. To me, Bruno Fernandes scored the goal, but I think Alejandro Garnacho is the bright spark in this game. Alejandro Garnacho went ahead to obviously put up moments in the first half. Even the second half, you saw to it that he played his first full 90. And I think if Rashford was seated there, because he missed out of the game because of a head injury that he got during training, he'll obviously understand that I really, really, really need to work hard. Garnacho makes things happen. He gets that ball and takes it to the opponents, something that this man, Rashford is not good at. Garnacho's skill set is really good than that of Marcus Rashford, but Garnacho makes what we call quick decisions. I've seen him make quick decisions. Even today, you've seen it that he decides on when to obviously take on the players because he knows I can go through them. The way he thinks, he thinks before he even gets the ball. I think that's the problem Marcus Rashford is really having. He starts thinking when he gets the ball, but Alejandro Garnacho starts thinking before he even gets the ball. When he runs, he has already scanned around, and side mirrored everyone who is around him. And he knows that when I get it, I'm obviously going to play like this. And the only time he lost the ball, the only time he lost the ball was when he really got a yellow card. You remember that? He tried to do a back heel, and it's really never had enough energy. And I like the way he did it. And that's the same thing we're supposed to do when we are playing in Newcastle before we consider the first goal, because we consider the first goal because Garnacho doesn't obviously do that, like getting that player and really fighting him down, So today he did that same thing, and it shows you that these players are always given these videos and they really rewatch them, and the manager tells them, in that situation, you have to be doing ABCD. And you saw to it that Garnacho is going to hate to do something that he failed to do when we are playing against Newcastle that resulted into the first goal. So Garnacho was really a bright spark. Pelestri came on through and really gave us something different that Anthony doesn't give us. And guys, allow me to talk about Anthony before I go into the match stats. I think I've gone ahead and even posted it on my X that all we need is simple. We need Amad Diallo. And it's good that after the international break, this guy is obviously going to be a variable. That's the beauty of this. We need this guy back. We need Alejandro Garnacho. Sorry, not Alejandro Garnacho. We need this man back as soon as possible. Why? He's going to make things happen. Trust me, he's going to make things happen. And you're going to see a lot of change in the attack of Man United. Even if you're having Rashford the other side and Amad Diallo the side, obviously Ten Hag won't give us any reason of how he wants balance, because the reason that Ten Hag is going to have to give us is that Anthony gives us balance of how he wants balance. Anthony gives us balance of the right attacking side of the midfield because he's left-footed. But if at all you're having Amad Diallo, of which I'm 100% sure is going to come and outperform him, because we know exactly what he brings on the field of play, then Ten Hag won't have an excuse to give. So that is when you're going to get to know whether Ten Hag really favors this guy or not. But all in all, I want to thank the people watching in. Through smash the like button, comment, and share, and flock into the live chat and telling me your thoughts about this well-fought win by the club of Man United. But for Anthony, so to eat that today, he got better balls in better positions than Garnacho, but he couldn't do anything. He lost the balls. He tries to go for back flicks. He almost costed us a goal in the first half, because him and Aaron Wan-Bissaka had gone ahead to overlap, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka was just wanting a pass to obviously release him and obviously put in that cross. And guess what Anthony does? He tries to do a backflip, and that ball lands into Robinson, and Robinson is really a fast player. Then he obviously busts into space. He tries to foul him at the half line, and he misses out, and it almost went ahead, obviously cost us a goal. And Erik ten Hag was seen obviously very disappointed in Anthony. So I really understand exactly what you're going in through, but Anthony is really one of those problems, guys. If at all you had a better person operating onto that side, would have gone ahead to be a better team, because you can't attack a team like Fulham, who really play a low block, and they're having one of the best CDMs in the world, that is Paulinho, and you're only having one wing operating. When you close down Anthony, because it's easily closed down, then they're only going to go on and obviously put in what we call their effort that side. So allow me go into what we call the match statistics, as they obviously went ahead to really appear onto the game. We are having 18 shots by Fulham and we had 12. That is really a little bit worrying. If I told you a fan of Man United, how can they have more shots than us? But we all know that all we needed was a win, and United had 12, right? Then 2 shots on target by Fulham, and United had 5 shots on target, 45% ball possession by Fulham. We had 55, right? Then 360 passes completed by the side. About 360 passes completed by the side of 360 passes completed by the side of Fulham, 450 passes completed by Manchester United, 71% passing accuracy by Fulham, 78% passing accuracy by Man United, 9 fouls by Fulham and 15 fouls by Manchester United, 6 yellow cards to Fulham and 2 yellow cards to Manchester United. That is Alejandro Garnacho and who else was shown a yellow card? Then 0 red cards to both sides. No team was really gifted a red card. Then 1 offside to Fulham and 2 offsides to Man United. All right. Then in 9 corners by Fulham and 4 corners by Manchester United. Then we go to the table and how it's obviously looking, and it shows you that if at all you continue winning your games, this is how good you can become as a team of Manchester United. And it just shows you that we just need to win our games. Tottenham Hotspur is on top of the table. Arsenal is having 24 points. Man City, 24, is fourth. Fourth is Liverpool. Then fifth is Aston Villa with 18 points. Is having 22 points. United is sixth with 18 points. Newcastle is playing Arsenal today, and if at all Arsenal happen to beat them, then it's obviously going to be good news for the club of Man United. So it shows you that we can easily come and close into this if at all you obviously keep consistent, and win our games. That is it. So all I want us to do is let's obviously keep the trust in the manager. You saw to it that today he obviously went in with Scott McTominay, the double pivot, with Ericsson, and we really looked bad. We really looked bad on the night, and so we really looked bad in the midfield, especially as we tracked back as a club of Man United. But all I want to let you know that this is the most important thing. 18 points, and we are having teams like Aston Villa having some hard tussles to take on. Newcastle is taking on Arsenal, meaning that the only team that can obviously displace us from this position is if at all Brighton and Newcastle win. You see that table very well. So that puts us in a better position as a team of Man United. And when you look at the Premier League fixtures, and we let you know what matches are these teams going to play. Let's try and see the Premier League fixtures. The Premier League, let's see. All I know is that Arsenal is playing Newcastle, and I want to see Aston Villa. Sheffield Wolves. Aston Villa is playing Nottingham Forest, and it's not going to be an easy game because they're going to be hosting them at the City Ground. Then there is another team. Brighton is playing Everton today at 6 p.m. So I think we might be having something positive that this result means. Yeah, sure. Because we are playing another team. Which team are we playing next? That is a sure win. We are going to beat Luton Town. That is it. And after beating Luton Town, we'll be at 21 points. And that will be out of the possible 36 points. Would have gone ahead to collect 22 and lost 14. That is it for Man United, and I think it's obviously good for us all as a club of Manchester United. But there is a shocking stat I want to give you. If I told you a fan of Man United, we have not gone ahead to get a goal from a centre forward this season. Have you noticed that in the Premier League? Rasmus Højlund hasn't scored. Rashford never scored when he was playing in the midfield position, and even Anton Martial has only scored in the Carabao Cup. Rasmus Højlund has only gone ahead to score when you're playing into the Champions League. That is it. Now, we're here to obviously thank Erik ten Hag and the team, because if there is need to do anything, then we need to do it now. And backing Erik ten Hag is what you're supposed to be doing. And all those that have gone ahead to craft out artworks that Erik ten Hag has been sacked. I saw a story, an artwork, as it leaked from Sky Sports. Maybe they thought that this game was not obviously going to go on well to Manchester United, and they put out a post that Erik ten Hag has been sacked. It was well doctored by Sky Sports. And remember, one of their presenters, Gary Neville, came out and really said he doesn't see United turning this round. That's what he said. And today, we've gone ahead to show them that things can happen and these players are really ready to fight for the manager. And I went ahead to obviously say this on several occasions, that if these players manager, there was a time they would have throw him into the trenches, but they've gone ahead to fight back. And after fighting back, they've produced a moment of brilliance, and they've gone ahead to obviously come out as winners. Look at how Bruno Fernandes has gone ahead to obviously score that goal. It was a beauty that we all went ahead to admit. It was a really good goal. And one thing I want to credit Bruno Fernandes today is all about how he's gone ahead to conduct himself on the field of play. In the other games has been petulant, but today, the composure, the calmness he has gone ahead to exhibit on the field of play has been really exquisite. And kudos to Bruno Fernandes. And I'm going to enlighten more on that the player ratings and maybe later on the night. We are having Opara Francis. Hello, greetings. Thank you for the program. It has been my pleasure, Man United to win. Obviously, for me, I had gone in for a 2-1 win for Man United. It was hard for us to keep a clean sheet because I knew we never had Rafael Varane. But it's good to see to it that we are having him with us and went ahead to keep a clean sheet. Good. Let's build on that and see to it that we're going to the national break when we've gone ahead to win our next 2 games against Copenhagen and against the other side, known as Luton Town at Old Trafford, in a game where I would want to see Rasmus Højlund score his first Premier League goal. That is it. He badly needs a goal. He's going into 10 games, Premier League games for Man United. He hasn't really played any. He hasn't gone ahead to score any goal. He needs to obviously start firing all cylinders and see to it that we really get. The beauty of us scoring different options is that your goals are really evenly distributed because Scott McTominay can get you a goal. Bruno can get you a goal. Who else? Amrabat is trying, Eriksson can, and very many others are really trying to get us balls. Casemiro has always been going into those positions to get us goals, but obviously things have not gone ahead to work on well that side. So it's really great for the club of Manchester United, and I think all will be well. Musa Ibra, hello, bro. Manu is back. We are not yet back. Guys, the only way we are going to be back is when you see to it that Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia, Amad Diallo are really back. When you have those players, that means we'll be 100% back, because you'll know that you can as well put Luke Shaw in the central defense to play alongside Rafael Varane or Lindelof or Harry Maguire, and play Tyrell Malacia or Rizagi Rogler on the left back. That will be really a sign or a signal of us coming back. But without that, there is no way we come here and obviously say we are back. It will be a naked lie being treaded by us if at all we continue saying that. Sendagide Joshua, congratulations, Man United fans. All right, kongs, because people, when you saw the articles that have gone ahead to coming through from the news, especially the media outlets in UK, they are all doctoring a sack of Erik ten Hag. And they did it when we lost to Galatasaray, and which other side? After losing against Galatasaray, we lost to Crystal Palace, and it failed. And this time round, after losing to Man City, losing to Newcastle, they thought that maybe we are going to be shocked by Fulham at their stadium. And we've gone ahead, obviously, overjump that hurdle, and they are really feeling bad. I want to let you know that they are really feeling bad because they've gone ahead to obviously see to it that Ten Hag wins this other game of football. But we are not back, and I think I've given you my indicators that will obviously show us that we are back. Then Chakaleka, at least 3 points, but Bruno also in that. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it has been really a very good win for Man United. That is it. It has been a very good for Manchester United. Good performance for Man United today. They put up a show. They put in a shift every time it was required. And I would really want to extend my gratitude to everyone that really came out the field of play. And you saw to it that all the players were really running and working hard on the pitch. None of those players really went ahead to obviously go ahead and obviously say, I'm going to down tools. And that is really the energy we need on Wednesday when we're taking on Copenhagen down in Copenhagen, that is Denmark. Bruno Fernandes, for him, very good goal. And that's the composure I always want him to be having. This is what I've been calling in from him every day and night, about the way he obviously composes himself when he's really playing these games. I want him to look a more composed player on the field of play than how he always goes ahead and obviously reacts, because you cannot tell me that you will always come in like that and put in such abysmal performances because you lack composure. And I come here and I hail you, but I'm hailing him because I've seen a composed Bruno today in scoring that goal. But in the previous games, you've seen him just hitting that ball aimlessly in good positions of the pitch. Like you saw today, Dallo got in 2 good positions, and I thought I'm going to hit to do better. Control that ball, go in for color. Most of the times, those shots that you shoot can go wide. But if at all you control that ball, compose yourself and find a curling effort towards goal, it can obviously result into a goal. You saw to it that when Dallo did it, when you're playing Sheffield, it went into the back of the net. Bruno Fernandes today, have you seen it? Against Brighton, though we lost, the consolation goal that came in from Hannibal, well-composed effort into the back of the net. That's what we need to be doing this time around. And if at all Bruno can compose himself around that 18-yard box area of the opponent, we can find ourselves scoring very, very many goals. You know why? He gets into those positions a lot, but he finds himself shooting aimlessly. In the game of Man City, I think he got there twice, and if at all he never went in for shots and obviously said, all right, let me compose myself, I either go in for curling effort towards goal, or I really find a pass for Rasmus Højlund or Marcus Rashford to have gone ahead to act better for the club of Man United. But he keeps doing things that I really don't love. But today, Bruno went ahead to compose himself and gave us the best that we deserve as a team. And now you know what composure brings. You've seen what composure really brings. It brings what we call happiness. Ali Guma, Ten Hag in, I back my manager full swing. Guys, if you see a United fan calling out the sacking of Erik Ten Hag, when he's not talking about the Glazers, he's the number one enemy of this club. That's why you see to it that even fans of other teams are really concentrating on the sacking of Erik Ten Hag. Do you know why? They know how good he is, and they want us to be in the same recycle, in that vicious circle. We don't want to be there. All what we want is let us get the Glazers out, or let's say Jim Ratcliffe coming through, take over the footballing decisions, and see how things are going to operate. I want to see how Erik Ten Hag operates when he's having a competent guy, competent people ahead of him. That is it. So I respect the opinion of everyone who says that that Ten Hag out, but please, you should think twice before you make such a decision, because this man is not going. I told you, this man is not going. Then Adepare Opeyemi, Man United, all right. Musa Ibrahim, I am a goalkeeper. I don't know what you're saying, really. I am a goalkeeper. I don't know exactly what you mean. But guys, thank you very much for watching through. That has been all what we've gone ahead to have in here onto this channel. You can as well go into the comment section. Tell me what you think about that. You can as well join our WhatsApp group. I think we are having some good members there. Let me try to post the link here before I obviously call it quits, for you guys to obviously come in through and obviously join our United Matters. It's our WhatsApp group, United Matters channel. Let me post it, and obviously you guys can obviously join in. If at all you've not gone ahead to join us, you are missing out onto a lot of fun, you know. And today, I would love, obviously, you guys to join that WhatsApp group. After joining it, I'm going to post a link, and I would like to hear your match reactions into this. I would like to hear what your thoughts are about this beautiful game of football. Thank you guys for watching through. We sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. I sign out. See you later.